Blackrue back with another video. Before I get started here, cue Indigo Saint.
Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer? Best believe it was Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting, so we binge on that Blackrue Investing. Best believe it was Blackrue Investing. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue Investing. Best believe it was Blackrue Investing.
All right, guys, let's get the screen sharing going up in here. We'll take a little bit of time while people are coming in. Share audio, bam, 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 boom, boom, boom. Okay. Be sure to come over to the channel and like and subscribe here, www.darkhorsewatcher.com, where you can come, like and subscribe, learn about LCX, XRP, and more. We've been big on LCX. It's doing very nicely for itself right now. Gotta love that. It's playing a Steam Exchange video by mistake there. So let's get this live link out to those on Twitter. And then I'll come in here and Gentlemen of Crypto so I can get comments from everybody. So let's grab that link. Going on over to Twitter, tweet it out. Live now. Boom. Let's mute this. It's coming up real slowly here. Okay, mute it. Let's go over to Gentlemen. So today, guys, we're talking about forced to work in the metaverse and profiting from Polycrisis, okay? And before we start into that, I want to take a little victory lap here right quick, but let me make sure this is muted. What is up, Crypto Clady? What is up, YouTube watcher? Good evening. What is up, Smitty Farms? Nailed it. Big gain on LCX. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Nerd Up Inc. Marv. And if y'all want to show appreciation, you can always come and join the Patreon, or you can come over to my channel and drop a super chat if you want. But just liking and subscribing to the channel is more than enough appreciation. I'm very happy that you guys made out well on that. So okay, we got both chats up here. So as always, towards the end of the show, we'll answer questions, guys. So let's get into it. So I couldn't believe this when I was hearing it, that people are actually forced to work in the metaverse. They're trying to really make this happen. If you don't know, the metaverse is something that the World Economic Forum wants to make happen. You know, low key, Facebook work with the World Economic Forum. I think that people know that. But here you go. People forced to go to work in the metaverse say it's a complete nightmare. This is from The Bite by Maggie Harrison on the 19th. So go check that out. But here she says, in an apparent attempt to both appeal to the broader public and ink every corporate partnership fathomable, Facebook turned Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg put a lot of effort into marketing his expensive metaverse as the future of work. The tech is already integral to the modern workplace, and a lot of people are already work fully remote or schedules. Why not join your workers in virtual or augmented reality where you and your legless torso have 12 computer screens? The feeling of the presence you get from VR, even today, Zuckerberg declared his Connect 22 keynote speech can all be better than what you have in video chat. Well, some people do not share that theory. If we come down here, we're going to get some comments from someone that's already working in the metaverse and does not, they're not thrilled. Let's see, where is it here? So, okay, this is the one I wanted here. So I'm totally immersed in the metaverse, have a big headset on, and then I need to take off the Oculus to look at my phone for the two-factor authentication code that's been sent to my phone, then memorize the number, put my headset back on, and try to key it in. An employee at the tech consulting firm Accenture, a major Meta founder, that's attempting to implement Oculus into the workspace, griped to Slate. But when you take off the Oculus, it automatically goes to sleep mode. And I was trying to navigate the back and forth. That does sound like a nightmare right there, straight up. And then also speaking to Slate and others attempting to get their job done in metaverse workplaces experience similar woes. I don't know Slate. Between forgetting to charge the headsets, operating system updates, new app installation updates, logging into accounts, screen sharing between desktop and headset. David Stern, founder and CEO of Slate Group's Supporting Cast podcast, told the platform, platform told Slate, there is just a lot that can go wrong. So already people are being forced to work in the metaverse. That makes me more bullish on metaverse cryptos. Hence, Sandbox, Seek, Decentraland, stuff like that makes me more bullish on those. But one thing I forgot to do is take our victory lap on Veracity. This is another one where I told you guys this is like a lotto play, right? But if you come over here and look at it, it did 3x, and we did talk about this guy. So might as well take that 300% victory lap on that one as well. So if you guys are in on that lotto pick, and of course my patrons, shout out to my patrons. They get a weekly list. This was on the list as a lotto pick. Still very cheap, still in lotto territory, under a cent, but a nice little 3x right quick. From Veracity. Let's check out and see who we got in the chat here. What's up, Kim Hiru? Oh, my mic is messing up. Okay, let me see here. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can update this here. It's probably coming in from the wrong source. My apologies there. Yeah, it's coming in from the wrong source. Sorry about that. It should be much better now. Let me just make sure that kept. The mic should be a lot better now. I don't know why it chose to take it from my from the wrong source. Okay, yeah, mic should be a lot better now. Let me know if that's good. Okay, cool. What's up, Darnell Calhoun? What's up, Shook Focus and Relaxing Serenity Sounds? Yeah, I don't know why I decided to take it from the wrong source. My bad, guys. let me change this. So apparently XDC is another one here, and we talked about this a couple days ago. It's looking pretty nice because it's still chilling out in this range and hasn't really broke past 3. If you come over here and look at that green line, it faked us out for a hot second and then went back down. And this is on the 1 hour, by the way, guys. Bitcoin finally did it after being kind of stuck under 23.4 for the longest time. It broke out above it just a second. And I just want to show y'all this tweet because I kind of used the GANFAN and nailed it. It was pretty funny. I said, okay, 23.4 unlocked, next resistance 23.9, and it went up to like 23.8. So telling y'all, those GANFANs, man, they work so much. I have a video on how you guys can use it. You might want to check it out. GANFANs are they're just so accurate. Yep. But again, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. We'll get to them after we discuss our topics here. Next topic. I know you were wondering, what the hell is Polycrisis, right? The World Economic Forum. I don't know how they do it, but they seem to nail it every year. If a crisis is happening in the world, they nail it every year. It's almost like they're, it's almost like they're in control. Almost seems like they got, kings and queens and heads of state that attend these meetings. They might know a little bit more than we do. So weird how that works out. So weird. Here we go. We're on the brink of Polycrisis. How worried should we be? I don't know. How worried should we be? So I want us to just I'm being a little facetious and a little sarcastic, but they do nail it every year. And we know these people are in control, right? So it makes sense to look at the things that they're predicting and, unfortunately, how we can profit off them. Like we can't stop them from doing what they're doing, at least not now anyway. Maybe one day. But right now, we can't stop them from doing what they're doing. So how can we profit from it, right? There's rumors and there's things out there that they allegedly predicted Rona. They allegedly predicted a whole bunch of other of world events. So when they say something at the beginning of the year, it makes sense to keep your eye out for what they're saying and seeing, okay, how can I make best advantage of that information, right? Just like if you knew, right, the day before Terra Luna was going to collapse, you would have put a short on it, right? Like, it's kind of like that. So let's see how we can take advantage of this information and use it for our best interests, right? So they give us a little setup, and let's read the setup a little bit, and then there are going to be some categories that they give us that we should pay close attention to. So the cascading, and by the way, this is from their website. The cascading and connected crises we find ourselves in at the beginning of 2023 demand a whole new descriptor. So they made a whole new word up. Like, remember, it's the new normal. Remember that, how people were just throwing that out there. So now we got Polycrisis. Okay. A whole new descriptor to define the scale of the problems the world is facing. The war in Ukraine sent energy and food prices soaring. The resulting inflationary pressures ignited a global cost of living crisis, which has led to social unrest. So they understand this stuff. They know that this stuff is happening, but they're putting it in motion. So, but anyway, on top of that, carbon emissions continue to rise as the economies reopened after the pandemic. The collective vocabulary stored in the world's great dictionaries didn't appear to hold a single word to sum up all this strife. So here's a new one: polycrisis. So, like a polygon, multiple sides, we got polycrisis now, multiple crises. So, the World Economic Forum, they go into some stuff, but here are the risks. They give us the top 10 risks. Please estimate the likely impact severity of the following risks over a 2-year and 10-year period. Cost of living crisis, natural disasters and extreme weather events, geoeconomic confrontation. So right away, we notice natural disasters and extreme weather events. There's probably going to be something in relation to carbon credits or carbon reduction, prevention, or trading, right? And we saw that up there above when they said carbon emissions are at an all-time high or something like that. I don't know how they put it. Yeah, carbon emissions continue to rise. So keep going down. Cost of living, we can also assume probably that inflation is going to continue. Okay. Failure to mitigate climate change, again, carbon credits, social erosion of social cohesion and societal polarization. So we're going to continue to get polarizing things for society. Large-scale environmental damage incidents. So maybe we get hurricane, who knows, right? But they're predicting large-scale environmental accidents, right? Failure of climate change adaptation. So they're hitting on that climate change heavy. Widespread cybercrime and cyber insecurity. So the metaverse again, right? Natural resource crises. So maybe natural gas crises. Like, what natural resources are they talking about? And I'm for darn sure that they don't mean like bath tissue or toilet tissue. But okay, large scale and involuntary migration. So they're saying the people are going to migrate. So to me, that sounds like a natural disaster. But anyways, now looking at the 10-year, I'm just going to leave this here. I'm not going to address this thing here. Failure to mitigate climate change, failure of climate change adaptation. So climate change again, natural disasters and extreme weather, biodiversity loss and ecosystem collapse, large-scale involuntary migration, natural resource crises, again, erosion of social cohesion and societal polarization again, cybercrime again, geoeconomic confrontation, large-scale environmental damage incidents. So it seems like something they were hitting on heavy were climate change issues. So we've already told you one crypto with that. I have a video that covers a whole bunch of them. Definitely come over and check that out. Let me see if I can bring it up right quick. Again, www.darkhorsewatcher.com. So come over here and check out this video because I'm not going to go into all the different climate change ones today, but you can come over here and check some out, and I'm sure I'm going to give my patrons all of the climate change guys to look at. But there are a few on this list over here. Let's see, climate. Okay, so definitely come check this out. Goes over some ones here. And you can see on that list, Energy Web token is high on that list. They've been called out by BlackRock. Again, BlackRock is one of those World Economic Forum members, right? Larry Fink, their CEO, sits on the board of World Economic Forum. Just, so you guys have the receipts on that. We'll just go show you right quick. Okay, they changed the front page. He was on the front page. Guess he's not there anymore. Okay, guess he's not there anymore. Okay, I'm not gonna look because I could probably look in partners and find them, but yeah. So yeah, definitely want to look out for Energy Web token. It hasn't moved that much. Go to the last 3 months. Still been sitting around like 330, 322, 305, 359 is pretty much the same, right? Very, very low token supply at pretty low token supply at 100 million. They're basically going to be like energy brokers, like a tokenized energy broker. Okay. They already have deals in place with Web3 Cordia, stuff like that. So that would be one way we can profit from this whole Polycrisis. Let's see if we got any questions out there before I go on. What's up, Larry Davis? What's up, Ace? What's up, Ryu Sharukin? Yeah, please smash the like, everybody. Smash the like up. Gotta have that. Brings people over. Yep, create the problem. Wait for the reaction. And come with the solution. Or 100% Daniel Calhoun. 100%. Yep, you got it right there. And bring the solution. 100%. Okay, yeah. Polycrisis. Polycrisis is a multiple crisis. So I got a guide here. They actually created a guide for all the things that they explained here. A guide to 7 global buzzwords from the 2023 Davos group. Polycrisis. They basically describe it as the simplest description of polycrisis might be that all our old problems are occurring in a new way. There was an easier definition of that somewhere over here. Okay, as I saw something else describe it, they describe polycrisis as it's basically like, you got a polygon with multiple sides. So it's a polycrisis, multiple crises. And they were basically, I saw someplace describe it as a social, how they say ESG, environmental, social, and I forget what the G is for, governance issues. So that would be a polycrisis that we're going to face environmental, social, and something else crises. Okay, they kind of have it over here. The overlapping of some of these. Oh, I'm sorry, that sound. Let's see. Rose, it's Rose moving. Okay, boom, we're done. So back to where we were here. So a global health emergency, climate change, and economic crises all contributing into a polycrisis. So that's that's a good definition. That's what a polycrisis would be. Now the next way, other than energy web token, just moving over to the stock world, would be green energy. Different things that you can invest in that sector that'll be cool. And I know these are like, okay, they're way higher than what you would do with cryptos, right? But if you want to kind of like broaden your portfolio and have exposure to things that are not just crypto, one thing that you might want to go with, and we've brought this one up before, charge point. I think when we were looking at it, it was sitting at probably like $6, something like that. Where is it? Okay, when we were looking at it, it was sitting at $10. So sitting right here is up like what, 15%. And ChargePoint, they're responsible for building all the different EV charging stations. There's a bit of news that California wants all EV, all electronical vehicles by 2035. So they want all electric vehicles 2035. Like that means if you're coming in there with an 18-wheeler or anything by 2035, you have to come in there with an electrical vehicle. So electrical 18-wheelers, electrical trucks, electrical everything. So one of the best ways to just try to pick which car company is going to succeed is to just bet on the infrastructure. And ChargePoint, they're one of major developers of EV charging stations. So ChargePoint designs, develops, and markets a networked electrical vehicle charging system, infrastructure, and cloud-based services that enable customers to locate, reserve, and authenticate EV charging. The company's hardware product lineup includes solutions across home, commercial, and fast charging applications. And when I look at companies, I want to make sure that their earnings are going up every year. That's usually a general good sign to invest in them. If we come over here and look at ChargePoint, we can see every quarter 40 million, 50 million, 65 million, 80 million, 100 million, 125. Okay. Another one you might want to look at in this same space is one called Beam. They do some of the same thing as ChargePoint. They actually work with them, by the way. They sometimes install ChargePoint equipment. Might not look like much, but they have a whole bunch of just deals that just came through. If we come over here and look, so see, there's a battery order. There's an order from Dallas. There's an order from the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs for these systems. There's an order from U.S. Army, 29 million. It's an order from New York City for charging stations. It's an order from the Department of Homeland Security for charging stations. So it's coming. It's coming. Another one you may want to look at is Rivian. If you're in Arizona like I am, I actually see some Rivian trucks going on down here. If you look at this, for it to be this price, and it just went up a bit because it was just chilling at 16 for a longest time. Now it's at 19, right? And this was as high as 180. So if we come over here and look at its calendar and its earnings, $1 million, $54 million, $95 million, $364 million, over a half a billion. So there are bargains like this just all in the stock market that we could grab as well. So we got Energy Web token from the crypto side. I showed you guys the video where you can go look at more energy plays. And then we had our Metaverse plays here with the sandbox. We didn't get totally into this guy, but it's gone up this year. It's doubled. But if you look at its whole chart over its whole life, it's still over a possible 7x here if it gets back to $7, sitting here at 75 cents. So I know you might say Blackrue, but it might go back down. Yeah, it might go back down, and you can dollar cost average, but you're still getting it higher than you'll get it, or you're still getting it way lower than its real actual high. So, of course, make your own decision about when you want to get in, when you want to get out. But I think it's still a good buy here at 75, and you can just dollar cost average later on. Same here with Seek. Seek is more of an entertainment type play because they got people like, we've been through it before. But just for anybody who ain't seen it before, let's just go over there and just show you the list of stars. They have an AR/VR app. They work kind of hand in hand with Facebook, because Randy Zuckerberg, Mark's sister, she has a channel on here. If you come over here and look, Lady Gaga's on here, The Game. Every time I open this up, they have a new person. Ashanti, like just stars on stars on stars. Ringo Starr. We mentioned Gaga, Ziggy Marley. I forget how to say this young man's name here. African star here. Ari Lennox, Music Soul Child, Tyga, Busta Rhymes, The Baby, The Game. They just stars on stars on stars. It would be nice. It's going to be very nice for them to have something like that, especially you heard what we just read from the World Economic Forum. They're talking about all these different environmental disasters, right? So if there's an environmental disaster, these stars can still perform and have their performance money, but now they're just doing it on this platform, right? Now they're just doing it on Seek. So it's an amazing platform, ran by a Guyanese lady, Mary Spio. So really cool to see a women-owned business, Black women-owned business. That's awesome. They got Corday on here, Dwayne Wade down here lower. Man, just so many people, so many stars. Seek needs more traffic. What's up, Casper Holstein? Okay, Apatos. Apatos Aptos, I think. Well, let's get to Aptos for a second. What's up, mainly? I'm from Detroit. I'm from Detroit. Uh, yeah, I understand how you get that impression because I was on Benzinga and Benzinga stationed in Detroit, but I'm actually from Detroit, but I'm here in Arizona right now. Let's see here. What's up, Ryu Shuriken? Between the AI sector and the data sector, which one do you think will be more important in the long run? Um, that's a hard question because they depend on each other. Um, I, they're both they're both so important. Um, I would guess over the long run, it's the AI maybe, but you can't have the AI really with having the data. So maybe the data, but it's like one A and one B, or it's like it's like okay, who's better? Who's a better center, Shaq or like Wilt Chamberlain? You know what I mean? Like, okay, they're both like the greatest of all time. What do you like? Okay, one A, and one B. So for that one, I say both. I really can't pick one over the other. Um, yeah, and then let's go to Apoptosis right quick. Yeah, Apoptosis would have been see. I don't trust Apoptosis, and I don't trust Solana at this point. I don't trust either of these projects. But the bright people are behind them, so they're gonna explode. But I'm not. I wouldn't buy it. Do what's right for you. But personally, at 18, I'm not touching this boy, especially considering it was at $4. I would touch this at $18. Um, yeah, man, I just would not even touch this at $18. Um, there's so many other projects that I would touch before I would touch this. Or if I had that $18, I would split it. I would split it into a bunch of projects instead of investing in this. Um, yeah, Mm, yeah, um, yeah. Not high on Apatos. I can't trust Apatos or Solana at this point. I'd rather put that in Ripple or Stellar or Seek or Sandbox or Energy Web Token. Like I'm not putting that in Apatos at $18. Yeah, I mean, just like look at the supplies, one a little over a billion. I'd rather put it in Energy Web Token where it's 100 million, and these guys actually have like huge partners like R3 Cordia and all of that. I'd rather put it there than put it into Apatos. By the way, just for anyone who hadn't seen any of that, R3 joins. So I did a video on R3 Cordia. So if you guys don't know what this is, go over to my channel, check out the live streams, and look, because R3 Cordia, you can't directly invest in them, but they're a hidden banker blockchain. So anybody that kind of has connections to them really has a big connection to like the super banker blockchains, like the World Economic Forum, like enterprise blockchains. So when I say that Energy Web Tokens working with them, that's a huge big deal. It's a really big deal. Um, That means they're really going to be trading energy worldwide. So I just wanted to make sure I stressed exactly how important working with them is. Where are we here? So basically, they're going to be almost energy brokers, if you will. With the Energy Web stack, Cordia enables businesses to transact directly and in strict privacy using smart contracts, reducing transmission, and blah, 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 blah. And basically swapped energy. Here we go. Energy Web's digital infrastructure was specifically developed to enable these assets to provide services to the grid. So they're swapping energy assets, okay, using Energy Web token via this Cordia platform. Such a big deal. How's Ringo on there? I love it. Grand Rapids here in Phoenix. Okay, Jason, what's up, bro? Jason Catlin. Yeah, and Meta, they seem to be really like that. The fact that they're forcing people to work in the metaverse, it's just going to happen. And of course, like I said, the World Economic Forum is about forcing that too. And let me see if I can find Randy Zuckerberg. When they have Roland Martin on here, I'm like, for real, they got everybody on here. I wouldn't even think Roland Martin would be like that savvy to know about that stuff. I'm not trying to discredit him. I wouldn't think he would know all about like this type of service. Where's Randy Zuckerberg? Maybe they took her down. Okay, maybe Seymour. Okay, so they got Dwayne Wade there. There's the game. Iman Shumpert. Mariah Carey. Stephen Marley. Shingai. Okay, maybe it just be a little bit easier. I just come up here. Oh, is that DL Hughley? It looked like him. Yes, DL Hughley. Wow. Okay, maybe they took her down. I don't know. But she was up here for a while. Yeah, I guess they took her down. I don't know. Maybe they know how people feel about Facebook, so they took her down. Oh, there she is. So apparently Miss Uganda as well over here. They got everything. Aptos. Yeah, I know Aptos. Uh, Aptos. What's good, E? What's up, Kid Grayboat? Um, yeah, I know Aptos is ran by former Facebook execs, but like definitely do what you feel comfortable with. If you feel like you really like Aptos, definitely, definitely hop in. Um, I do believe that it'll be lower than this at some point, but I think they're gonna do kind of like the same type of manipulation that they did with Solana. And like if you weren't really in over here, like maybe they pump it up to like 200 like they did Solana. But buying right now where it's like triple and it really doesn't have any price history. Um, it doesn't have any price history past this point. Like this is its all-time high. Like if I told you like okay, I still think LCX in the long run will be higher than what it is right now, but at least has price history. Like it's all the way up to 14 cents, but it at least has price history of being at least 50 cents. So you would think, okay, then it can do it again. But Abatos, I just don't know, man. Not at $18, I don't know. Um, but if you're convicted, go right ahead. But what I would try to do is I would try to wait for a pullback from here and just put it on a watch list and see if it pulls back from here because this is way high. This is way high. What use does it have? That's what I'm saying. It really doesn't have any use right now. Um, it's not like the fastest crypto. It just has the right connections, and sometimes that's all you need. It has the right connections. Like Facebook invested in this, I believe. Like Coinbase Ventures did. All the quote unquote right people invested in it. That's it, and it like launched on every platform at the same day, like every one of them. So they have all the right people behind them. But other than that, so yep, developed by former Facebook DMs blockchain engineers, funded by Andreessen Horowitz, which is really big into funding crypto. Was funded by FTX. Surprised they haven't removed that. I would think they would have removed that by now. They'll probably remove it. Somebody will probably get a hold of seeing some video where somebody references this. But yeah, uh, I can't touch these dudes because of exactly that, right? But yeah, they seem to have all the right people behind them. So I seriously wouldn't doubt that we see it at 100 at some point, maybe, right? Like Solana, right? But I just can't. I can't. I can't do it. There was another one that was connected to Facebook people. I think it was called Sui. I don't know if that one's out yet. Okay. Guess its coin is not out yet. But I think Ace, you were telling me that there was a way you could do some challenges and get access to the coin. Um, so these are more guys that worked at Facebook DM. There's no partnership from what I know. They just had some type of collaboration. Yeah, so the FTX just gave them some money, I believe. FTX was just handing out money to everybody, right? And if there was a particular thing you wanted to look at there, you can just pull this up on CoinMarketCap. So I saw you said scroll down there. I'm not sure if I actually scrolled down to what you were looking at or not, but and then look at this too. So the total supply is like a billion, right? A little over a billion. There's only 160 circulating right now. So they're still holding on to what, 80% of the supply that they could just dilute on you with. Oh, I don't like that. Let's see Solana and see how much of their supply, because I know like all the big wigs, all the big people hold the Solana, and Chamath Palihapitiya, like he's one guy like I used to really kind of respect. I'm okay on him now. I had high respect for him for one period in time, but apparently he came on a podcast like kind of making fun of how they just like dump Solana on retail, and they're still holding what people like that, like investors are still holding. Private investors are still holding what, like 2/3, or not 2/3, like I don't know, 200,000 of Solana's supply, and they could dump on retail at any time with that. That's a little, I don't know. A little risky. $10K Ali tokens a week. I still got to get my Ali tokens, man. Wouldn't be surprised if it's like 4 or 5 cents now. Okay, still at 3, still time. Yeah, I'm pretty high on this. If you guys didn't catch last week when we were talking about this, this is an AI token where they're looking to kind of revolutionize virtual assistants, and their characters look real lifelike. If you look at that one, I'm not going to play the video because we played it last week. If you come down here and look, digital twins, they want to do virtual assistants, digital companions, digital guides. So there's this one, and then there's the one that's connected to IBM that I like a lot. I'm glad you brought that up, E, because we were talking about data tokens and AI tokens. So it'd be nice if we just like kind of review them right quick. This is the one that IBM's on. Would have been a nice one to catch when it was under a cent. Boy, just chilling on KuCoin, under a cent. That would have been 20x right there. Woo-wee. But it did pull back a little bit, sitting here at 11. It was at 13. let's say year, beginning of the year. So this one you can get on KuCoin, Gate.io, Hotbit, a couple places. Uniswap. But just so you can see the IBM connection. AI developed in cooperation with IBM. Crazy. And they're trying to do the whole digital assistant thing as well. So looking at those two, as well as AGIX, which is built on Cardano. And their CEO used to work on the Sophia robot, if y'all remember that from back in the day. But of course, the patrons have the full AI list. They also have a full Metaverse list and a full CBDC coin, banker coin list for the year. Check out my descriptions if you want to join the Patreon. Okay, I hit it. Cool. Who seems sketchy? The leader of AGIX. Dude's pretty accomplished, though. Let me see if I can bring that up. Dude's very, very accomplished. So he got the founder of Hanson Robotics to work on this with him. And he was the chief scientist of the whole Sophia robot. I had a just very impressive resume. Graduated with his doctorate at like 23 or something like that. PhD in mathematics, 23, from Temple. Chief scientist of Hanson Robotics when they created Sophia the robot, which he has the owner of Hanson being his partner with this whole singularity.net. So pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Oh yeah, Chamath, yeah, he is kind of sketch. I was like, oh man, I used to really believe in that guy. And nope. Nope. Just a regular dude, has nobody's interest, but you know, well, I used to believe in that guy. Just put it that way. Yeah, I don't know how she got Ringo on there, man. Like the fact that she got everybody to be a part of this Mary's bio, like big shout out to her, man. Like I don't know how she got all those stars to agree to do this, but you know, she has connections to NBA players too, with Dwayne Wade and all of that. And they have land, and apparently you can go on here and buy it, but it might take them a whole long while to get this whole thing up and running. But when they do, it'll be pretty cool. Like I said, they have a working phone app right now on Android and Apple, but it's just different venues. where you can get to watch kind of like a 3D video. So that's pretty interesting. But if they can actually get it where you can walk through an actual kind of metaverse, that would be pretty interesting. I'm not going to press on any of this because it'll probably bring up my MetaMask, and I don't really want to do that. Oh, apparently, okay. We're good. Island. Kingdom of Kelpur. It's probably going to take them a pretty good while to get all of this stuff up and working right. But when they do, it's pretty much an infinite source of cash here if they can get it to work, because they can just continue to expand on their metaverse or whatever. But I haven't really taken any time to really kind of just comb through this land. I'm sure there might be some bargains to buy here because, you know, people have to hold on to this till they actually get this thing up and working. So, but I'm sure in the next bull run, like things like this, land like this will actually be valuable again. So might be another thing to look at if you want to, you know, go in that route. Feeling AGIX, I look at Seek as a spec. Yep. She got some big names on there, but they aren't continuing to be there. So till Seek has real traffic, I'm not going heavy. That's legitimate. That's legitimate, Larry. I feel you on that 100%. That's why when I look at certain things like what the World Economic Forum is saying, what we just kind of got through seeing, it seems to me they really want people to be in the metaverse because they're like, okay, large scale and voluntary migration, cost of living crisis. It's like they're trying to force people to be in their homes again. Excuse me. Climate change. So that's why I have a kind of my side eye on metaverse, because when I see things like this, it really makes me think, okay, metaverse, but even before metaverse, climate change. And we just went over Energy Web token and all these different lovely stocks that are just prime for the taking there. Got you. Yep. And yeah, mainly you're right. I feel, yeah, data is way broader, excuse me, than the whole AI position. And one of the biggest plays for me in the data sector is Filecoin. And we've been over that a bunch of times on here, guys, but just a quick recap for those who might not have seen it. Filecoin, they're building their own layer one. So not only are they going to have the cloud computing, but they're going to have layer one to go on top of that. So heavy on Filecoin. And then they only have 370 something tokens. Now, I'm not sure who asked me about Aptos, but I'd rather put money in the Filecoin over Aptos. Like lower supply, all the supplies out there circulating. They're going to have their own layer one that they're building. It showed us a price history all the way up to a $180. And this was like with them just being cloud computing. Now they're going to have their own layer one on top of that. Oh boy. Like, and just even the circulating supply is less than Aptos. This would be, if you wanted a play, I would say I'd rather put my money here instead of Aptos. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but we went over it and we saw like 20 blockchain predictions for 2023. There's a guy on here, he's a venture capitalist and he's a former Consensus guy. And we know Consensus is in bed with JP Morgan, and they're in bed with Ethereum. So basically, JP Morgan runs Ethereum, even though they try to say that they don't like crypto, but they love blockchain, not Ethereum. But anyways, but if you go down here, they speak very glowingly. This guy, he speaks glowingly on Filecoin, and you know, he says, okay, that they're beefing up their storage and client data stored on times, your date, what it's been, and he speaks glowingly about the fact that they're going to be a fully fledged layer one. Well, we've been over this before, though, guys. So yeah, Filecoin, as far as the data sector, I'm very, very, very high on that. I'm trying to do some research on a couple more. Like I know there's a viewer that really loves SC Prime. I'm trying to do some more research on that. I'll let y'all know when I got more on that. But Filecoin, definitely high on that. Okay, yeah, no problem, no worries about Aptos. What's up, Musa Ali? What do you think of RCU token? Let me bring that up right quick. RCU. Okay, I can't find it on here. Let's go CoinGecko and see if we can find it there. I can't find it here. I can't find it, Moose. Okay. Sure. Gotcha. Let me crust. Okay. Think I heard of this one. Okay. Crust. Let me see. Okay, 14 days, year. Okay, how long has it been? Okay, it's relatively young. Okay, let's go on coin market cap, shall we? Crust. All right, let's see here. Oh, it's a very low supply. Only about a third of it is circulating, though. That's something to be aware of, at least according to Coin Market Cap. I know sometimes Coin Market Cap is behind on those things, but okay. So it does go back this far. Okay. Oh wow, 160 bucks and flattened out. Okay, what made it? Decentralized storage platform and cloud solutions. Okay. Built on Polkadot's substrate and provides a unique incentive layer for the interplanetary file system protocol. Okay. Integrated with a ton of different things. Okay, this is pretty interesting. Wow, this is interesting. I really think this is interesting. Okay, I'll have to do some research on this and come back to it. Um, the fact that if it does everything that it says it's gonna, does. That's something that I really want to take a deep dive into. And they're on like every platform. Okay, this is a different consent. I was about to say, um, not sure if I know any of these partners, but that's okay. I know this partner. They're in a lot of stuff. This AU21 Capital. Um, okay, this is interesting. I'll have to come back to this. Do some research on this. Thanks, Moose. Yeah, who's using it? Yeah, I'm not sure. Um, that's a good question. I'll have to just do a little research on that. Um, I like it when I can see some big partners. They don't have any big partners, even though they're usable by everybody. But That's just a quick little search. I have to do the deeper search. But before we go, let me go check out how many people are following it on Twitter and who's following it on Twitter. That'd be an interesting look here. So that's not a bad amount for a project. My guy Ace is following it. Red Dead, Blue Dead's following it. Near is following it. Gay.io. And of course, Gavin would be following it because it's built on Polkadot. I really thought more people would be following it, but that's okay. That's okay. So still gonna check it out. Cool, guys. Stores for the Metaverse. Okay, you have my interest. All right, yeah. Thanks for that one. All right, guys. I will check you guys later. Probably won't be on here tomorrow, but definitely come over here and check out my Twitter. If you don't follow me over here, please do, because I post things regularly. I think I'm gonna just kind of stick to this schedule as much as possible. I just want to show it to you guys. Showtime's pretty much Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Okay, so definitely come on here. I'll be on general and crypto 2 out of the 4 days. So, but definitely check me out on my channel. And yeah, thanks so much, guys. Have a good one, guys. Peace.